Hi there, I'm Lori Sharonbrock, and I'm here with Chris Shooker of Digital Horizons, and we have a new episode of What's on the Horizon. How you doing, Chris?
Doing really good. How about you?
I'm good. So I've been thinking about home automation a lot lately, and I'm like wondering, what does the term actually mean? Because like automation, I think makes people think of robots, but this isn't like the Jetsons.
No, we're pretty close to that, and there's capabilities with what's available
Sure.
in home technology, home automation to mimic a lot of the
Sure.
Jetson mystique, if you will.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest with you, the terminology home automation it's oversold. I think it's phrasing that's used that in general people understand.
Okay.
But I don't think it does a good job of what is actually happening in a
Sure.
house. Now, with that said, there are ways, and some that are quite easy to deploy with what we do, that I would consider home automation. But generally, when people come to us and they say home automation, they're not meaning what I think they're meaning.
Yes.
But we get it. So just a couple things that we do that I like to think that are automation, but maybe taking a step back for just context. To me, automation means ways of performing tasks automatically in your home that you would otherwise have to do repeatedly
Sure.
manually.
Sure.
Right?
That makes sense.
So you come home from work, you're the first one home. What do?
I turn on the lights.
And then what?
I get ready to cook dinner.
You maybe turn some music on.
Or the TV.
Yep.
Or something like that, yeah.
You interact with something that has power in your
Yeah, a
home.
remote, generally, yeah.
Yep. So the things that we like doing are having the ability to automatically do some of those things for you. And there's a couple ways to do it, but more often than not, we are doing things like automatically turning on lights.
Sure.
We are automatically turning on music. We are automatically setting temperature.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that, yeah.
We have, often we'll have a welcome home and a goodbye scene is what we call it. And in a welcome home scene, it would be the turn the lights on, turn the music on, adjust the temperature, raise the shades, whatever it might be in the home.
Yeah, yep.
And then your goodbye scene would be doing the opposite and maybe some more, turning the heat down, lowering the shades for security and privacy,
Sure.
turning the lights off. You might turn the temperature down, things like that. And then you can also turn off AV and technology throughout the house. Now, triggering those scenes is where the automation part gets interesting because if you could have a button on a keypad as you enter or leave your home that says goodbye and welcome home. Or what we like doing for the instances where we're installing a security system in the home is we will trigger those scenes based on the status of the security system, and that's where the automation becomes really fun. So if you are leaving your home or coming home and you're arming or disarming your security on a regular basis, your home's state can follow the state of the security.
Sure.
And so instead of when you come home and you already arm or disarm the security and then doing those 15 things, they just do them for you. So that type of thing is the start of automation. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then on more of a micro level, on a room by room basis, a really neat thing we enjoy doing is when we are installing a lighting control system in the home, we will just do lighting scenes or trigger lighting based on presence. So one of my favorites is when we do linear lighting, like toe kick lights.
Oh, sure, yeah.
In a bathroom or a kitchen, by the sink or island. We will tuck a very small, discrete motion sensor underneath the toe kick so that when your foot passes in front of the sensor, that linear lighting turns on. And then the other neat thing that we can do is those lights can do certain things based on the time of day.
Oh, sure.
So if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're going to the bathroom, you don't need your lights on at 100%. You want them at 10, maybe 15%. So we set parameters based on when you're utilizing that space and the motion senses you to turn the lights on. We've done things like having pressure mats next to the bed so that
Oh.
when you get out of bed and stand up, based on the time of
knows.
day that you do this, things will happen. So if you always get up at 2 a.m. and you go get a midnight snack, well, I guess it wouldn't be midnight at 2 a.m., but
Close enough.
let's say you get a midnight snack, it can illuminate a path to your kitchen for you automatically.
That
which
can
might
be
make it
dangerous.
too easy to get a midnight
Yes,
snack.
I don't know that you want to
Yeah.
enable me that much.
So things like that, and then other safety stuff that we
Sure.
do that I don't know is kind of, to me, borderline automation. But we've installed or helped integrate numerous outdoor fireplaces.
Sure.
And we will set them up to automatically turn off at 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
Because what can happen if you're out at a fire pit late at night? You might have a few to drink. You go inside. You go, oh, I'm tired. Go to sleep, and then your fire pit might be on all night. We can handle some of those things.
Sure.
So the actions that you would usually perform manually on a day-to-day basis, we can program a system to intuitively handle those things for you automatically, and then free you up to do what is you want to do
Sure.
otherwise.
Yeah, I mean that. It sounds, crazy to think, because I watched the Jetsons when I was a kid, if that
Yeah.
ages me at all. But like, I'm thinking how cool that was, and that it would like never happen. But it actually is, just not
Yeah.
in the ways that we thought it would. But
Correct.
like you said, like a lot of those concepts still come back,
Yep.
and it's easier to do than you think. It doesn't have to be an incredibly complicated 15-step thing. You can make it that
Yep.
easy.
Yep.
And how does somebody get started? I mean, do they just like call you up and be like, I want a magic house?
Yeah, obviously contacting us and letting
Sure.
us know you're building a house, you're remodeling a house. Those are obviously the best
Yep.
times to deploy some of these things. You don't have to be under either of those scenarios. It's just easier to do some things
Yeah.
under those environments. Or what I tell people is, if you're planning a house and you're working with an architect or an interior designer, let them know that you want to do these things,
Sure.
because they're going to know the people that do that stuff and are better able to assist them, and then assist you, and then potentially reach out to somebody like us.
Yeah, because it's always, you and I have talked about this before, even in other episodes. Oh, it's always a little easier when you're in that new construction phase
Yep.
to get in and do it. It's a lot more cost effective,
Yep.
just because you don't have to rip anything out. It's not impossible to do in an existing
Correct.
home, but it's just easier to get involved
Yep.
earlier rather than later in the process.
Or at minimum, sometimes the aesthetics of the things that we do
Yes.
are more easily blended in.
Certainly.
In an existing home, sometimes it's a little bit harder to hide certain things.
After
but
the fact,
it's,
yeah.
It's doable under any scenario.
Sure, sure. Well, I mean, I'm sitting in the experience center, and like you said, I mean, I'm just noticing like, oh, there is a speaker embedded in that wall that you would just never know about, and that's a really cool thing. So I invite you too to come into the experience center and see
Yep.
what that's all about and what automation can actually look like. But we'll save the rest of my questions for another episode.
another episode.
Yeah. Join us next time for What's on the Horizon.